Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is how to do this eye makeup look for a competition. I feel like this is a very easy look to recreate, and especially if you're just starting out with makeup and you're trying to learn how to do it on yourself, or maybe you're trying to learn how to do it on another person. I really hope this tutorial is helpful for you. I find it to be very simple, and this is the look that I started doing on myself a couple years ago when I started to teach myself how to do competition makeup. Obviously it didn't look this good in the beginning because I was just learning how to blend and what colors should go where. Now that I've pretty much perfected it to my liking, this is just one version of a very, very simple classic kind of smoky eye. But yes, I'm gonna stop babbling and let's just get into it. Starting out with our face already done today, we are going in with the NYX eyeshadow base that's just plain white shade and a Morphe M421 brush. This brush is just really flat that I like to use because it's more of a gel liquidy consistency, but it's going to make a nice sticky base for the shadow we're going to put right on top of it. And this is just going to kind of brighten up the inner 1/3 of our eyes before we go in with our transition shades. Next, using just a plain NYX eyeshadow and a Sephora eyeshadow brush, I'm just kind of packing on that plain white eyeshadow to set this base. Next, my favorite part, we're going in with the Jaclyn Hill palette by Morphe and a Sigma E40 brush. We're going to start with the shade Silk Cream, and don't forget to tap off the excess. And since this is a very fluffy brush, this is going to distribute the product very, very blown out when you put it on your lids. So I'm going to go in straight into my crease, really kind of blowing that out almost all over the place. You don't have to be very, very precise with this shade since it is very close to my skin tone. Also going in with MFEO on the exact same brush, I'm just going to do the same motions that I did with Silk Cream. So really blending it in the crease and kind of winging it out just a little bit very lightly when there's a bit less pigment on the brush. Next, with a Morphe E22 and the shade Creamsicle, this is one of my favorite shades in the palette. This will warm up any shade very quickly. I'm going to be taking that kind of in between my most recent transition shades and the white kind of highlighted shade beneath my brow. I really like using this just to make sure that it's not a harsh white line and brown line when you're blending, and it really just brightens up every look very quickly. Going in with a Sigma E35 and the shade Pukey, one of my favorite shades as well, I'm going to start in the outer V and bring it up into my crease. This is also a very warm tone shade that I think works very well with the transition shades. And I'm just going to be blending that back and forth all the way from inner to outer corner in my crease and kind of winging it out a little bit at the end as well when there is less pigment. Next, using the same brush, I'm going in with the shade Mocha, which is a warm chocolatey brown shade, and I'm going to start in the outer V again and build it up a little bit and then start to bring it in my crease. This is still a very warm tone shade, so it's still going to blend with all the other shades very well, but since it is a bit darker, I'm going to keep it towards the outer third to half of my eye instead of bringing it in as much. And I'm really going to build it up in that outer corner and into my crease just a bit. And same thing when there is less product, I'm going to wing it out just a little bit. With a Morphe M433, I'm going in with the shade Central Park. This is a little bit less warm tone, more medium tone dark brown, so I'm going to try to keep this a bit closer to the lash line and only on the outer third of my eye. So I'm really building it up on that lash line first in the outer V. Then when there is a bit less product, I'm going to start blending it up into my outer crease. And as the same as the rest of the shades, when there is very little pigment left on the brush, I will just wing it out just a little bit to get it like this. With a Morphe M441 brush, this is just a very general brush with no additional product on it. I'm just going over my previous transition shades to make sure that they are all blended together very nicely with no harsh lines. And now going in with a Morphe E36 and the black shade in the palette, Abyss, I'm going to take this very, very, very close to my lash line, almost like I'm doing an eyeliner on the very outer third of my eye. I'm going to start just kind of in a line on the outer third and very slowly but surely build it up to be the main color in my outer V. So as you can see, it's very pigmented, but slowly but surely I'm going to work it in. And next I'm using a Morphe M433 brush, which we just used Central Park on, and very slowly as well, here you can see I'm kind of transitioning it up into my crease to the outer V area and a little bit more in the middle of my eye, just so it's not a super harsh line, until we have something like this. Now going in with that same Sephora eyeshadow brush and the shade Beam, I'm going to be putting this on the inner 1/3 to half of my eye to really bring back the brightness to the center of the eyes, so when you open your eyes it's really going to attract a lot of attention towards the middle of your face. And first I'm going over with a brush just to get exactly where I want it, and then very soon I'm going to go in with my finger, and taking that shadow on my finger is really going to make it pop, especially in the middle of my eye, and just going over where we did it in with our brush. Going back in with the M433, I'm just going to lightly blend in between the white and black shadow to make sure that it's all blended neatly, and same with my Sigma E35 to go over my transition shades. Next, with Flutter Lashes in the style Intoxicating, I'm just going to let those dry and go in with a little bit of eyeliner. This is by LA Splash Cosmetics, and I'm just going to do that from inner to outer corner, not going to wing it out today, and just with my Estee Edit mascara, just put on a coat of mascara before we put on our lashes. And lastly, I'm also going to go in with Marc Jacobs Beauty Gel Eyeliner, and I'm just going to tight line with that to make sure when we put on the lashes, everything looks very cohesive next to my lash line. Now that they're dry, I'm going to pop those on, and I love, love, love these lashes for competitions because they're super fluffy and dramatic, but they're also very comfortable. Now to finish off the eye, we're going to go in with our lower lash line with Silk Cream and MFEO with a Morphe E18 brush, and I'm going to take that from outer to inner corner all the way, really, really, really smoking it out. Do not be afraid to really blend it down below than what you usually would do in eyeshadow on the lower lash line, because you want to balance out the top and the bottom. So with a Morphe 3-to-1 brush and Creamsicle, I'm going to do the exact same thing, inner to outer corner, really blowing it out, and this again is really going to warm up our lower lash line to get ready for additional shades. Next, going back in with the Morphe E18, and I'm going to mix Mocha and Central Park together, and since this is darker, we're going to keep this on the outer half of our eye. So still really blending and smoking it out, but focusing it only on the outer half, as we want to keep the drama on the outer of our eyes. Back with the Morphe 3-to-1 brush, I'm just going to lightly go over those shades that we've been using to make sure they're all blended. And going back in with our Marc Jacobs eyeliner, we're just going to use that to go all the way across our waterline from the outer all the way to inner to make the bottom lash line really cohesive. Going in with a Morphe E36, this is just a very, very, very tiny pencil brush. I'm going to use that to smudge that Marc Jacobs liner on the outer third. Again, only on the outer third because we want most of the drama to be on the outer of our eyes. Going back in with Beam and that same Sephora shadow brush, I'm going to really brighten up my inner corners and kind of drag it down on the inner 1/3 of my eye, as you see me doing here. Again, this is going to make the inner of our eyes super, super bright to contrast with the outer of our eyes where we have the darkest shades. And very lightly just going on my brow bone to give it a very nice bright and highlighted effect. Back with our Morphe M441 brush, one last time going over our transition shades to really make sure everything is all blended out. Going back in with that same mascara on the other side, which is the very tiny, tiny brush, We're really going to use this to accent our lower lashes to pull the look together, and I'm really going to give them a nice coat of mascara. Now our eyes are done, and I'm quickly going to finish my face makeup, and now that my face makeup is done, by the power of editing, that will complete this tutorial. And that, guys, is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I find that this is a very quick makeup look that I can do if I'm in a rush or if I don't know what I'm going to be wearing. I know this look can go with any dress that I'm going to wear. It can be for ballroom or it can be for Latin. I find it very universal in that sense because I'm a 10 dancer. So, and paired with a classic red lip, you just cannot go wrong. This is just a very, very simple, easy, classic makeup look for beginners. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please, please, please comment down below if this was helpful at all, because it would be great if this could even help just a couple people. That would be awesome. That's the point of why I'm trying to make these tutorials, is just to share and to help. And if you want to see how I got my face base, I guess, like my foundation routine and my bronzer, blush, and highlight, which I did after my eyes, then a new tutorial will be up on my channel in a couple days showing how I got this base and what I did in particular to get it this way and why I did it in a particular fashion, I guess. But thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below on what you want to see from me next, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye! I like food. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Me? I'm shaped like a bottle of nope. I like to order a hot dog, some bonbons, a large soda, and some tacos to go. My legs have been bent for an hour and a half. Okay. Let's try again. What? No, it just cracked a little bit more. Oh. My heart is beating very fast. Happy New Year's! Everybody got a resolution. But the next day, we forget about it and never do. Because it would be great if they could. Okay. We out.